All right, well, welcome back to the Owatonna Hockey Show, the Coaches Show. You can find it on local channels, cable here, Channel 8 and Channel 20 in Owatonna. OwatonnaHockey.com on the website, and for Facebook pages, just search for Owatonna Hockey. Again, my name is Mark Argis, and we want to thank our hockey sponsors this year. Got quite a list of them. Alexander Lumber, Bremer Bank, Coles Electric, Family Vision Eye Care, Federated Insurance, Walzer Chevrolet, InstiPrints, Jostens, the Mortgage Office of Brenda Bednar, Owatonna Chiropractic Association, Sign Pro, SPX, Straight River Sports, Truth Hardware, World of Wheels, and Waseca Chrysler Center. Again, we want to thank those sponsors for their support of not just Owatonna Hockey, but also the Coaches Show and the arena here. So we're going to talk about boys hockey at the high school and introduce, for the first time this season, Coach Josh Storm. How are you?
I'm well, yourself?
Good, good. So good practice tonight?
Great practice. The boys had a lot of fire tonight for a long one, so it was good.
Well, it's fun to be here in the Four Seasons, have some of the youth hockey going in the background here and that kind of stuff. So how was the off season? It's a new season. Any big news from the off season?
The off season was strong for us. I was pretty happy as the coach side of things. We have a lot of guys who play fall sports, which is great. But we also had 4 of our guys skate in kind of elite type hockey leagues. We had a couple guys who play split seasons with the Blades, and we had Soren play up in the cities in the Elite D League, and he actually made the Young Guns NIT tournament, which is the best guys from that league were picked, and he's been nominated now to try out for the Elite League next year, so I'm pretty excited. Guys really bought into the weight room stuff this year, and last year I'd say we had 6 or 7 guys all the time. This year I'd say we had about 12, 13, 14 guys on a regular basis, so I was pleased in the offseason.
Awesome. And you mentioned the multiple sport thing, that kind of stuff. Big week, weekend coming up for Owatonna football, obviously being in the state championship game. So how does that affect your hockey team?
It makes us a little thin. Obviously we're missing probably 4 to 5 varsity type guys, and that makes a big dent, into the practices. That makes them a little sloppier. But the way I'm looking at it is, some of the younger guys would not have the opportunity to skate with the varsity guys every day like they are right now, and we wouldn't have the opportunity to go for 2.5 hours every single day, and that's what we're doing. And so I think it's benefiting everyone. We got the football guys who are participating in something pretty awesome that they'll remember the rest of their life, and you got the young hockey guys skating and learning from some of those older, more seasoned vets. So it's good on both ends.
Awesome. So what's your coaching staff look like this year? Any changes from last year?
We're bringing the whole staff back. One change is Coach Voss will move down to the JV and be the head JV coach. He'll still have a role on varsity as well, but kind of off-ice role. Coach Eric Stanky and Chris Gadoo will be my assistants again, and Chris will run the forwards and Eric will run the defensemen, so that's kind of where we sit right
Both
now.
alums, right?
Yep, and then Ryan Callen's also on our staff as a volunteer. He does a lot of my video, and he's really talented with that. So all 4 guys are alums of Owatonna High School, so pretty excited to bring guys back who play here.
So who else? I know you mentioned a couple of kids in the off season, but as you're looking at the regular season this year, who are the players to watch? Hockey fans are out there coming to watch a game. Who are they going to be?
I think our top line is going to be pretty darn good. I wouldn't have any problem putting them up against any team in the conference, and I'd probably put them up with most of the upper level teams in the state, to be honest. And that's Matt Ratzloff and Aaron Kirsch and Soren Kolstrup, and they all 3 had huge off seasons. They put on all kinds of weight. They've gotten a lot stronger, and by weight I mean good weight, a lot of muscle, and they've spent a ton of time in the weight room. And they've really started to develop into men and tremendous leaders. Ratzi and Kolstrup are captains of ours, and Kirsch has definitely proven that he probably deserves to be a captain as well, the way he's had here. Brian Kidd is a returning defenseman for us. That he was a plus 14 last year, which is pretty impressive. And he's not a real flashy player, but he always gets the job done extremely well. He's good defensively, and this year he's starting to get a little bit of an offensive knack to him as a junior, so that's good. Mason Bloomquist had a great offseason for us. He played in the advanced 17s, and he and Rats played on that together, and best 17-year-olds in Section 1, and he was just phenomenal. He played great. I was the coach of one of those teams, so I got to watch him play, and so I'm fired up to see what those guys can do here.
Cool. How's I know I was talking to Coach Hunster on the girls' side. He said goaltending is such a big deal. So talk about your goaltending this year.
You know what? We're pretty strong on the goaltending side of things. Luke Ebling, who was kind of a big component of the football team right now is our returning 3-year starter, senior. He was an all-conference honorable mention kind of guy last year as a junior, and we look for big things from him. We also have a junior returning, and Ethan Pfeiffer, who's pretty good, who will compete for that spot. And the neat thing is we have 2 sophomores who I wouldn't have any problem putting either one in, and that either right now, who is Greg Summers and Corey Ball. Those are kind of our 4 guys who legitimately all those guys could step in, and I'd be comfortable putting them in right now.
So that depth is great for helping everybody get better, right?
Absolutely. They're pushing each other, which is what we need.
Awesome. So talk just a little bit quickly here as we wrap up about what's the Big 9 look like and what's your section look like this year?
Big 9 will be deep. I think that Rochester Century brings a lot of guys back, and they are pretty talented. Rochester JM will be pretty good. Mayhill's always there. And Mankato West is kind of my sleeper team that I think that they have a bunch of guys returning who started to come on at the end of the year. So they're a team that I look for to be pretty talented as well. Section 1, you got to beat Lakeville. Lakeville, it just comes down to that.
Okay. So the Big 9, I know Coach Sense was talking about it. Kind of you lose a few of those, but then you gain that northern tier in the cities, right?
You keep all the top Big 9 guys, and then you add the 2, big boys from Lakeville, and then Farmington's going to be young but talented as well too. So. Okay.
So when's talk about season opener? When is that?
December 1st, and it's at 3 o'clock. Varsity's at 3, JV's at 1. It's against Shakopee, and their coach is a good friend of mine. So.
Fun.
Yep, and they have that'll be their 4th game of the year, and it's our 1st. So. It could be interesting. We'll see what happens.
Is that a home opener then?
Yep, that's our home opener.
Home openers. Good. Good. Well, it's exciting. Looking forward to having a great season. Looking forward to doing a lot more coaches shows with you, and we'll see how all that goes. So appreciate your time tonight. So.
Thank you.
Well, good luck. Best of luck.
Thank you.
All right.